Oh, we're back, baby. What's that? Let's have a look at that. 4K 60. You can see my glamorous ass face in ultra high definition. You lucky son of a bitch. Woo! Day 5, baby. Day 5. Is it day 5? Day 4? Day 4. We got the fisheye lens on, Kurt. We got a fisheye lens on. So, what are we doing today? Well, we are doing gym, obviously. I've already got ready, so you don't need to see that. We're going to be leaving here in just a moment to go to the gym. It is upper day. Oh, it's upper day, finally. Also, not recording on a bloody leg day. That's tomorrow. We're actually recording a video on a chest day, which is absolutely crazy. Let's get bloody straight into it. I woke up today. I weighed myself 86.1. Now that is really not what we want. What's going on with my hair? Who knows? It's a dodgy part of my washing cycle. I've got the big t-shirt on. I feel fat as fuck. Let's just go to the gym. Okay, because we're benching today, and that will take all my problems away. I didn't go yesterday. What's this video about, you may ask? The perception of value. If you watch my TikTok streams, you know I'm a big advocate for thinking like a bloody... What's the word? I don't know. I'm not old enough to give life advice yet, so I'm just gonna give life advice whilst I'm young. Anyway, booty going up, down. How could I forget one of the most important things of my morning routine? Oh yeah, baby. I'm loving this fisheye lens. We can like set up like cool cinematic shots. Probably not going to because I'm a lazy bastard. That's why I like vlogging. Stops me being lazy. Cut this part out. Sexy mamacita. So why have there not been many vlogs recently? Well, I had an SD card, which I thought was alright, but ended up just giving up on me. It constantly said when I plugged it in that it wasn't fast enough. I was like, okay, that's fine. But it was still working. Then one day, I was halfway through recording a vlog. I'd gotten into me car, which, as you know, is a big fucking stretch. And it just stopped and completely spazzed out the camera and it didn't work. So I bought a new one, but it took a week to get here. A week! In that time, I've been coming up with video ideas. So we should have some more frequent ones soon. But we hit 10 pull-ups. Yes! 10 pull-ups in a row. I'm going to attempt it today. I don't know if I will, especially waking up an extra, like, 1.5 to 2 kilo what I normally am. God, it's not good. I missed 2 days of cardio. 2 days of cardio. Just a weekend of cardio. I know it'll come back. By the end of the week, I want to see 84 again, though, preferably. Let's go to the gym before I lose my mind. Right, we are now in the car. We've got our Rice Krispies cookies and cream squares bar, and we have also got our white monster. Oh my lord. Yeah, upper day today. Got bench press, pull-ups, incline chest. Have we got arms? What's upper day? Can't remember. I've got it on my phone. We'll have a little look. I'll see you at the Blood Clot gym. What song have we got on? Everyday Hustle. Everyday Hustle like William. I've been obsessed with Headlines by Drake recently, but I was obsessed with it before that Marlon and Lacey clip came out. So, if any of you, you know, I was cool. I was cool before it was cool. So, fuck you. See you at the gym. Right, people. Oh. Finished at the gym. We hit a cheeky little upper day, which was shoulders, one exercise each on arms, chest, and doing some pull-ups. Pretty decent. I didn't have my squares bar in the car. I didn't have time. Plus, I didn't feel very hungry. But we've just done an hour of walking, so could be a good little post-workout treat. We're going home now. I'm feeling motivated to stream. I'm feeling like I actually want to stream. Recently, the streams have been they've been slow, and that's a bit demotivating. And it's been sort of like I don't really want to play video games. But then I sometimes feel like this when I get home and I feel completely different. So we will see what happens when we actually get back. But for now, going to Tesco, getting a fucking meal deal. Bash. Right, so we are back home officially from the gym. Lovely jubbly. We've got our meal deal here. Chicken and smoked bacon Tesco thing. We've got Big Bamba Rasclab Pussy or Hula Hoops. A Muller fridge. Gotta be done. And we got some of these bad boys. Get our sugar intake up. Little, we benched. Bench felt light, which is good, which means we're moving towards our goal of 100 kilo by the end of the year, which is obviously what you like to see. We're feeling good. Did weigh in a bit heavy this morning, but you know, that could be anything. We'll drop it off by the end of the week because I have been eating bad recently. I must admit, I'm not proud of it, but I've been procrastinating and thinking of things that I used to think about a bit more, sort of not like recessing, but sort of falling into bad habits of just like picking and eating and shit. It's not fun. We are going to scran this, watch an episode of The Office, try snap ourselves out of this productivity shit. So here's the plan. I want to try to do a video every other day. So I film it one day and then post it the next day and edit it and all that. So hopefully that sounds good. But yeah, I mean, today's video, the perception of value. We will write down some notes and I'll get back to you about that in a minute. For now, I'm going to scran a Muller fridge like it's my last day on Earth. Right. So this is going to be like a little reading. It's a bit of a weird. I don't know if I've framed this shot right. It's a bit of a weird. I don't know. I'm currently looking at the page in my notebook where I've got down all of the video ideas that I've been writing. And this one, the art of value or the perception of value, that's what this one's about. Now, the vlogs are incredible. I think of them as almost like an outlook to spread previous experiences. The same with my streams sometimes. Like if my streams are a bit quiet, I know people that if you watch the streams, you'd have noticed that I tend to go quite, not motivational, because I'm only 19 at the time of recording this, so I know I haven't experienced life that much, but I feel like some of the problems that people have on day to day, I've, through my own experience, worked out ways to not only make them more manageable, but be able to process things and sort of just guide, because I haven't had a perfect, you know, like school, high school, college, uni, job. That's not the way my life's been. It's been very much so sort of through the help of my parents being reinforced that you can do anything you put your mind to and that, you know, life is what you make it. And that's something I wanted to talk about today. Now, this comes off like if anyone's ever seen Gary's Economics, is types of videos, where it's just going to be me talking. So if you're not into these styles of videos, please, by all means, feel free to go watch someone else, because it is just going to be me yapping about life for a bit. And that's almost what I want these vlogs to be, because you see people with clips on the internet of them with a podcast, and I don't have a podcast. This is my only sort of outlet other than streams, and I'd want a more personal thing, which is what these videos are. Now, I'm going to try get to the point, because I know I sort of dilly-dally a little bit. The perception of value. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, value is something that I think about almost daily, and it is shaped, honestly, it has changed how I view the world, in a sense, because once you realise that things are only as big as you make them, you start to realise that, one, you don't need to worry about half the shit that you do, and two, you start looking at life a lot less seriously, and you start actually feeling like you can enjoy it. Because I feel like I myself am a very self-aware person, especially with like people's body language and how I come off and how I present myself and how I am seen by others, which is something that I've been very self-conscious of pretty much my whole life. But the reason I'm making this video, the art of value, is because when I started looking at things in a different way, then it completely changed. So what do I mean by the art of value? You've probably heard value in loads of different things before in life, whether it's like the value of money or the value of love or all these different things. And it's a weird concept, because you think, what is value? What is like value? Is it how much I get in return for the effort I put in? Is that value? And it can be. That's a way of describing it, by all means. But I think of it as sort of a synonym for contrast, where value I look at in terms of emotions and connections and moods and more mental, emotional side of value, because I personally haven't heard it spoke about on the internet at all, and I'd like to change that, really. So I thought it was a bit of a unique idea, and I just wanted to try explain it the best I can. So what do I mean by value as a synonym of contrast? I think of it as, especially to do with emotions, sort of why. It makes me ask questions. It's why for instance, why this isn't about anything. I'm throwing an example out of my head. So why was I so sad about a breakup, hypothetically? It's because you know in your head how much you valued being with that person, and now that you're not, you only feel as bad about the breakup as you did good about being with the person. Now, it takes a minute to get your head around, and I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but hypothetically, you're in a relationship with someone that you don't really like, you're not fond of, you don't really care if you break up with them. They break up with you. You go, oh, that's fine, because in comparison, I wasn't happy with you, so without you, I am happy. It's two sides of the spectrum. It's a very weird it's a weird example, but if you were so attached to someone, let's think of it on the other side. If you were really attached to someone, then losing them, because you value them so highly in your head, you love them, you care for them, you do things for them. If they go, because you value them more than the person who didn't care about their relationship, you ultimately feel so much more upset than this other person who didn't care and wasn't fussed. But if you look at it face value, the same two things have happened. Two different couples have broke up. One was happy about it, and one thinks it's the end of the world. And it all comes down to how you value things. And that breakup example was, I don't know if it was the best, but it's just one of many that I think about. Like, you value having a car so much because you know what it's like to have to get the bus everywhere. You value a relationship and someone that supports you and loves you and supports your dreams and ambitions and things that you do because you know what it's like to either have someone that doesn't do any of those things or just not have that at all. You value company because, in contrast, you know how much you dislike being lonely. And it's equal sides of the spectrum. Imagine this is nothing. It would be equal distance from nothing, the value of having a car, and the hatred of getting the bus. They're equal from nothing. Like, imagine like a graph. Yeah, that's why, when you start thinking of life like that, you start realising that maybe I didn't need to crash out about this perhaps as much as I did. You start to, I believe, generally be happier, which is a strange concept. I know exactly what I want to say. See, the frustration of not knowing what to say is only frustrating because I know how good it would be to be able to say everything that's on my mind. It works in everything. Every emotion has who's that quote? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law of motion is what I like to sort of compare this to, where it's every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And that's the closest thing I've found to describe it. Obviously, Newton's third law of motion is talking about forces and stuff, and we're talking about mental. So two very different, completely different things. But, I mean, he did get hit in the head with an apple, so that's kind of a mix of the two. I'll just throw out some more examples before we leave. I value being in better shape now because, in contrast, I know how much I hated the way I looked before I started going to the gym. And I value having money so much because I know what it's like to be dead poor. And I think value comes on experiences. If you've been brought up in a world where you've never had to worry about money, money's never been on your mind, everything's always been paid for, you're not fussed. You would be more irritated about not having money and not having those things because, one, you feel entitled, and two, it's because you've always lived with it. Whereas if someone, for instance, grew up without much, if they were to have those things, they would value it way more than you expecting it. So their value of, say, a car, someone who gets the bus, their value of a car is like that because they want a car. They really want a car. Whereas you, who've already got a car, you're a bit, it's because you've got one. Everyone wants what they don't have. There's a quote by Togi where it's like, the disabled man wishes he could walk, the walking man wishes he had a bike, the guy on a bike wishes he had a car, guy in a car wishes he had a supercar, the old man in a supercar looks at the young guy on the bike and wishes he had more time. That's pretty cool. But I think that's for a different episode. I'm sort of digressing. I'm not really staying on topic. But it's just something from my head to yours, which is what I want these vlogs to be about. And I think it just I don't know. Obviously, if you found this video fucking stupid, leave it in the comments below. But I have got loads of these ideas of sort of just how I view life in general. And it would mean the world if I could share them or get other people's opinions, because I don't really have people in real life that I can speak to about these types of things. So it's sort of a good outlet for me to throw all of my, not my knowledge, but my sort of, my thoughts, and just fucking throw them out there, some garbage, and see where it ends up. But I've rambled on for way too long. If you have enjoyed this vlog, thank you very much. Please leave a big thumbs up and subscribe for more of these vlogs. I will see you in another video later on this week. Hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I look forward to sharing the next couple, because I've got quite a few video ideas here, and if you have found this useful, I'd really appreciate leaving your thoughts and feelings down in the comments below. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.